All right, guys, welcome back. So let's take a look at Opendoor, which is 14% today, 5 billion market capitalization. I want to be super quick with this one. This is a 50-cent stock. Literally, when it was trading around these levels, $2 or maybe even $5. I think I was watching Steve Wiseman. There was a guest that shorted this stock from like $37, $38 levels all the way to like $3 or something like that. And she was saying that this company will go out of business at some point. But here we have activist investor, and the stock is pretty much pumping. First pump from 50 cents to $5, drops 50%, goes higher, pulls back, goes higher. Now it's breaking out again. So I want to go and take a look at the price levels. I have already put that I will be watching. If this stock keeps pushing, here are the levels to the upside to keep an eye on. So 629 today, it was the resistance back above it. Now I'm going to be watching $8 resistance, and then $9 resistance, and then $10 resistance, and then $11.29, and then $13, and then $15. I don't personally think that it will get out there, but $10, sure, why not? It can push, it can squeeze. Volume is there, but you want to be careful with options. Options are pretty jacked up on this one. Very expensive, by the way. Implied volatility is very high. In terms of volume, I was looking at the most active options. This Opendoor is top 3 for the whole market. Like Nvidia, Tesla is usual suspect out there. They trade with high volume every day. But for Opendoor to be top 3 highly traded volume, I know that like premiums are relatively cheap. That's what may attract a lot of people. But in reality, you could be overpaying for those premiums. Unless you're just day trading in and out, you want to be careful flipping these contracts especially. So option activity in the last 2 days. Yesterday, as it started breaking out, calls started coming in, and in the morning today, when it flushed, people started selling their calls, and then a little bit of a put buying, and then as soon as it recovered, more call buying started coming in. People started maybe feeling better that this stock recovered, and people started buying calls, and the stock is making essentially 52-week high right now. We still have like 2 more hours until market close. But those are the levels to the upside. To the downside, you want to be careful with 5-day moving average. Just pull up 5-day moving average, keep an eye on that one. If it breaks 5-day, you want to be super careful on any stock, which means like short-term momentum could be shifting. But so far, 5-day is at $5.50. It's pretty, it's way above it. Ultra short-term, I use like volume-weighted average price. But today, yeah, it did flush out some people in the morning. I was watching it earlier, and then, yeah, it did recover. Overall market was flushing down. So another thing I want to show here is the sells, right? So essentially dark pools, like big orders, initial move from 50 cents to $5. Like these clusters are profit takers, okay? And then it had another leg where another cluster of sellers came in. So right now, let's shift to last 7 days, see if people could be maybe taking profit at these levels too. So which could be, I'm not seeing large orders, but I'm seeing profit takers for sure. Yesterday at the highs, today at the highs, possible. But I will keep an eye on that one. I usually post it for members, where YouTube members, where I share sometimes, like if it's like crazy dark pool activity, I can just post it and just highlight what's going on, just like with like Palantir when it was hitting to crazy levels, or pretty much, and then pulled back pretty big. But so far, yeah, along the way, people are taking profit. So you don't want to be thinking that this is gonna double, triple, quadruple, because volume, outstanding shares is extremely high on this name. Okay, don't think that this is gonna like I mean, it can go crazy, sure, but I wouldn't entertain options, especially on a large float stock like this. They can anytime dump shares and pretty much spook the momentum. They can't do that because they might need cash and all that stuff, business, and insiders. Keep an eye on it, maybe on Finviz. Finviz shows it. If not, you can go to SEC. Like, keep an eye on who's selling, who's buying. Like September 2nd, I'm seeing 700,000 shares. Gary Wheeler, I don't know who is that. But if you go to SEC filings, it will show up there too. So you can check it over there too. Every single day in the morning and after market close, you want to keep an eye on that one yourself, essentially. Another thing I want to mention is average true range, which represents volatility of the stock. So this stock is like, it's a cheap stock, right? In terms of like delta. So it's at $6.80 right now. Average true range is 72 cents, meaning this stock has a 10% range every single day. So which means 72 cents. Like if you measure like from top, like morning top, let's say. In the morning, 6.77 goes all the way to like $6 and what? $6 and $5.90. It doesn't have to be precise because it's average over 14 days, but you get the point that that's the range it moved from. And if you're somebody who's trading breakout like this, you want to keep in mind that this stock has already produced its average true range in a day. So if you think that this is going to run away, it can possibly happen. You're essentially betting that this is going to move like 2-3 standard deviations or more than one standard deviation in a given day. Especially if you're doing it with options, you want to be careful because you can get burned. Volume, insane. 1.2 million calls being traded, 473,000 puts being traded. And this is 2 hours before market close. Until market close, there can be a lot of more volume. So upside, those are the levels I'm watching. Downside, 5-day moving average, super careful. And pretty much that's the update. I don't have a position. I'm not trading options with this. But that's the video, not a buy or sell recommendation. Thanks for watching. See you in the next update.